What is up, you guys, and welcome back to another video here with the Tahoe, man. I've really been enjoying this thing. One thing we're about to do today is go ahead and replace all of the front end parts on the Tahoe, so hopefully to help it steer a little bit better. So it's not the greatest right now, so hoping we can take a lot of that slack out with a lot of new front end parts. I think the kit's like a complete front end rebuild kit. Now, I was actually not sure if I was even going to record this. That's why I've already got one of the sway bar links in. So as you can see, we've replaced it. That is the new one there. The old one is right here. So you can see this is what the old one looked like, and man, yeah, it's definitely seen better days. Look at that, man. So what we're actually going to be replacing, as you can see, the tie rod up there is in pretty bad shape. We got new tie rods here. As you can see, we're going to be replacing that. This is just a few of the parts. I have the rest in the back of the Tahoe, so we will be replacing all of that. So I think we're pretty much going to rebuild everything. So it'll have a new upper A-arm. It actually did come with a press-in ball joint. And so what I'm thinking about doing, I'm wanting to get a front end alignment. It actually steers really, really good, but after changing the upper A-arm, I think I would just feel better if I went ahead and had a front end alignment done. So I'm thinking about just letting them change the ball joint and just maybe going that route. But I know to get both of the lower ball joints right here, like assembled already, so you get the A-arm here, the lower A-arm, and the press-in ball joint, like it's all together. It's one thing. You can get it for like under $300 on Amazon, so that's really the better route, because AutoZone was like over $400 and they quoted me $1,300 to have all of this done at a shop. So not really sure what route we will end up going, but I think I'm going to just try to replace as many of these front parts on my own as I can. Honestly, I could replace all of them except that press-in ball joint. I kind of don't want to fool with that. I would just get the lower control arm with it already in and just do it like that, honestly. So we'll kind of see which route we want to go. We even have, I think it's called the idler arm, pitman arm. We even have those we need to change. So we have everything. So I'm going to go ahead and replacing these sway bar end links, I guess you could, like the bushings and all, this whole little assembly. If you have this generation cat-eye, or, you know, not necessarily a cat-eye, just this generation of like 99 to I think like 07, 07 Classic, which would be this one, or you know, the 07 body style, that's like the cat-eye version. Anyway, you should have like this whole little assembly. Well, if you're ever hitting bumps and you hear like a bad rattling sound, it's because of these right here. Your bushings are gone, so you need to replace this. As you can see, mine is still loose. I got to tighten it up, so I'm about to tighten it up. But right now I don't have my tripod with me, or I would just set it up and time-lapse it. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this up, and I'll see you guys in a second. All right, and as you can see, hopefully the wind from the fan isn't messing us up too bad here. But as you can see, we got the new stabilizer bar there, and we got a pipe wrench on the end of the tie rod. That's because we just got that broke loose. I'm gonna try to get some shots of me loosening that with one hand and holding the camera. I don't know how that's gonna go. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead, and I just wanted to get that broken loose just to make sure it would all break loose pretty good with that pipe wrench. Now that we got that broke loose, I'm gonna come down here, break this loose. It's gonna be a lot easier. Hit it with a hammer, make that pop loose, and go ahead and get the new tie rod and tie rod end on. All right, I'm gonna try to get a pretty good shot of this for y'all. Let's see if I can get it to, I just wanna get a couple turns for the camera. That was one. I don't know if you could even see it, but two. Can we get a shot of that? There we go. All right, so we got a couple turns. I'm gonna go ahead and jump back down there to the tie rod and get this broke loose and get it knocked off, and then go ahead and get this whole thing out. Okay, honestly, I was just kind of joking around with this little pipe wrench. I didn't really expect that to break, but I was just gonna try it before I went and got an actual socket, but it broke loose, so we're just gonna keep using the pipe wrench. So this is not the hammer you want to use. You want to use the sledgehammer, even a small sledgehammer, but it's not what you want to use. I'm not working on this at my house, and I can't find my sledgehammer, so I'm going to give this a go. Probably not going to work. We'll see what happens. All this stuff is working when I really think it wouldn't. Okay, well, anyway, like a brick hammer. And just like that, the old tie rod is out. So you can see where it was sitting right in there. And now we got it out. We're gonna go ahead and go back with the new one. And we got to do the same to the other side. Then we got to do the upper control arms. All right, so you can see the new tie rod is in. I just got to put the little Alamite, little grease thing there, whatever you want to call it. Alamite's what I call it. So we need to put that in right here, and we need to go ahead and tighten it up there, and then get the boot slid back up. I might put a zip tie on that just to kind of help hold it in place. It stays pretty good, but I just want to be sure that it's not going to go anywhere. So we have that done, outer tie rod, inner tie rod. We've got the new bushing assembly there, and then we just need to do the upper A-arm. He's fine with it now?
Yeah, but that initial one, boy, not like that.
Dang, that's so funny. All right, now as you can see in that video there, we just got these bolts out. So if you guys are changing the upper A-arms out in like a 99 to 06 body style Tahoe, GMC, Sierra, like truck, Silverado, it should be the same on the trucks as the Tahoe. But as you can see, man, you're gonna need like an air hammer in order to knock these bolts out. So you just get from the nut side, is what Dad did, and just knocked it out with the little air hammer with the, like, you know, the little round fitting that you use to, you know, do like the hammering with. It worked great, and without that, we would have not been able to get this done. So let's continue getting this A-arm swapped out. You look right here, you can see that the bushing and this one is completely gone. So that one's like gone. That's your old one there, and this is what it's supposed to look like and feel. So that's what it's supposed to do. So have no slack, and that other was just really gone. We're gonna throw this on, Kat's gonna throw this on for us, and we're gonna get the old front end parts done on the Tahoe, and we will be putting this thing on the dyno in the next couple of clips and seeing just how much power it's gonna make. I don't think it's gonna make a ton, but hopefully just something around 300 or so, and I'd be happy. All right. 20 minutes later, all done. Now time to go to the alignment shop. Well, still didn't make it to the alignment shop in time, but we did get all of the front end parts changed out. But honestly, the Tahoe's driving pretty good. I don't know if I accidentally got it pretty close to how it needs to be. I don't know, but it's driving pretty straight. As you can see in the last clips there, I finished up changing all of the front end parts. So we have new upper A-arms. I'm still gonna do the lower A-arms with the ball joints already in them. I'm just gonna order those and put those on and do it like that. I gotta get an intake for the Tahoe still. So we're getting this thing tuned right now for me. What time is it? What time is it, Cam?
5:53.
All right, 5:53. Anyway, so it's 5:53. I gotta have this thing tuned 8 o'clock in the morning. I still need to get a cold air intake. So I have a buddy, and I think he's gonna look and see if I got one. I thought we're at Sonic. I thought somebody's bringing me some food, but hey, I'll take it. You know. Anyway, I think he's got a cold air intake that'll work on this. I want to have a cold air intake before we take it to have it dyno tuned. I'm hoping that I can benefit from the dyno tune. It seems like it pulls pretty hard in the beginning, then it kind of falls off a little bit. Now, he actually does have a draggy that I'm supposed to get from him. He's gonna make me a pretty good deal on it. And I want to do the draggy on the Tahoe before I ever have it dynoed and see what it makes and see like what it runs through the quarter, 0 to 60, all that stuff. I don't think it's gonna have a very fast 0 to 60, but you know, we'll see. Probably like, what's your guess on the 0 to 60, Caleb? So you've rode in the 3000. It was like 5.9, so whatever. It's kind of good, I guess, for a little street car that I don't have nothing done to it. So 5.9. So what I'm getting at is like cat knows kind of what's like kind of quick, you know, for 0 to 60s. So what do you think the Tahoe would do? One thing we never got to do 0 to 60 in is my red truck when it was actually making full boost. So, but now I can't even drive it.
I don't actually know.
You don't? She doesn't actually know. All right. So you don't want to throw a guess out there like 69, 6.9 or anything? All right. Anyway, so I'm gonna say this thing's gonna do 0 to 60 in like man, I wish it would do it in like 5.2 seconds, but I don't think it's gonna happen. So I think I'm gonna go with I'm gonna do 7.9 seconds.
I was gonna say 8 seconds.
All right, she's got 8 seconds. I got 7.9. 0 to 60 in this thing. Quarter mile, man. I think it's gonna be slow. I think this thing's gonna be slow for right now. It runs out on the highway pretty good. I just don't think it's very fast through the corner. I don't know, man. I guess we'll see. At 60 in punch, it does better than it does at 70 in punch. So we'll see.